All right, BD Bosma Sr., whatever that means. I'll answer one of your points you made right here, right at the onset. I make a video to respond to commenters sometimes because I damn well want to. It's just that simple. So I don't need your approval to do that. I mean, you came to my world. You came into my world. I didn't come into your world. I made a simple little post here on my Facebook page, and you responded to it with some ignorant, racist bullcrap. So I will respond to your ignorant, racist bullcrap in whatever way I find a need. And if you don't like that, man, all I know to tell you is to get happy in the same draws you got mad in and go on off my page if you don't like it, because I don't need your permission to do that. I didn't ask you to come here. Okay? You're a guest. Okay? So maybe act like one. So one of your points you asked down here, why do white people feel unlike you? I don't feel responsible to answer for what you say white people do. I'm not even really a white people. The concept of white people is a racist idea that was taught to you by racists. There is no white people, just like there's no black people. You want to talk about black people, black history? There is no such thing. If you were actually educated enough, and I can tell you're not because you have all these, every letter, every word you wrote is capitalized. I guess you think that gives you some sort of a style or flavor or something. It doesn't. It just makes you look uneducated. But there is no black people. If you want to go back to Africa and study the different histories and cultures and customs of each African tribe, there is no cohesive culture that's African. There's no cohesive race group, biological group that's African. See, all of the tribes have differences amongst them, just like the English, the Scots, the Germans, the French, just like the Vietnamese, Laotians, Chinese, Japanese, the Thais, those type Asian groups of people. They all have different customs and different cultures and different physical appearances. So the idea that there is a black people, a black culture, is just a racist myth. And the idea that there is a white people or a white culture is also a racist myth. It's just as simple as that. Me personally, I am a Scotch Irish, and I am a very stereotypical Scotch Irish. See? So my culture, my physical traits, my ideas, my ways of thinking, my ways of seeing the world is different than, say, your stereotypical average person who's of German descent. And that's different from your typical, stereotypical Dutchman, you see. Now, I am 25% Dutch, and I do carry some of those traits, but I'm Scotch Irish. See, the Irish and the English are two different people groups. They're basically two different races. If you had a very thoroughbred Englishman standing there, let's say they were very stereotypical Anglo-Saxon, and you had a very stereotypical, say, purebred Irishman standing beside him, you would be able to tell they look very, very, very different. It's just that racists like you just look at the skin color. Oh, that's a white guy. You know, if he doesn't look brown enough for you, that's a white guy. We all have melanin in our skin. It's just that some people have more than others. You know, melanin it really doesn't have a color, but when sunlight interacts with it, it turns brown because of the vitamin D and the ultraviolet light and stuff like that. See, if you had this kind of education, BD Bosma Sr., you wouldn't be capitalizing every word like that, and you wouldn't hold these ignorant beliefs that you hold. See, but melanin doesn't really have a color. That's why when white people get in the sun, you know, or some of us, of European, us lesser melanated people, get in the sun a lot, we turn browner because that melanin interacts with the sunlight and turns a brown color. But it's not actually a color itself. So all you do is you just look and you see someone who's lighter than you and has a little bit sharper features, not quite a round, more African looking features, and you think white guy does this, white guy thinks that, whatever, 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 whatever. But that's all just a myth you've been taught by racists. Black and white racist, by the way. So none of what you're saying here can actually be supported scientifically or historically at all. You know, to answer your question, I only listen to them for the same reason I would only listen to a Mexican about a Mexican, uh, or Asian people about an Asian people. The people who know the truth about a people are those people. No, it's not. That's absolutely stupid. I mean, that just really, there's no reason. I mean, you make that claim, I need you to show me some sort of data, some sort of research that shows that the average person of Asian descent knows more about Asian history than someone who might be a Scotch Irishman like me, who has spent years studying, earning a PhD doctorate in Asian history. Now, I haven't earned a PhD doctorate, but there are many people out there who hold doctorate level degrees in history. So, are you telling me that the average Asian, you can just go pick an Asian off the street? Hey, Mr. Asian, and you can start interrogating him about Asian history. And just because he descends from Asia, he has some knowledge or understanding that was just passed on to him from his ancestors? Hell no. That's fucking stupid, man. Stop being stupid, okay?